We are now going to install RStudio. First, open a browser of your choice. I'm going to use Google Chrome here. Could have used any browser that works on my Mac. Now I'm going to go to www.rstudio.com. This is the RStudio site. And a little note about what RStudio is. It's really a really nice integrated development environment written for R. It does everything the basic R does, plus gives you extra information on the screen so you'll know things like the number of variables you've defined, the names of the variables. You can look at multiple graphs at one time. And basically, it makes things easier when you're trying to develop something with R. Most people who develop with R actually use RStudio. What do? Well, what we want to do is download RStudio. Now they give you several options here. One of them, which is the one that almost everyone uses, it's the open source license. It's free. Just like R is free, RStudio is free. You'll notice there are several other options for RStudio, depending on whether you want to use it commercially, whether you want extra options. This is what we're going to use for the course and what almost everyone uses. Just download. Hang on now. You might have Windows, you might have Mac, you might have some version of Linux. RStudio runs on all of those. These are installers for the supported platforms. In this case, I'm using a Mac. I just click. And everything is downloaded here. There's a little note that I have RStudio and the DMG file for the Mac means we're ready to install it. Let's actually click. And you'll notice it's opening up the RStudio. At this point, take RStudio, or the RStudio shortcut, and just drag it into applications. Make sure you get it in. Click. And you'll usually get a message here. If you have installed RStudio before, the system wants to know whether or not I want to replace the old RStudio with the new one, keep them both, or just stop. I've made a mistake. In this case, I want to replace because I had already installed RStudio. And now you'll notice it's being installed in the applications. And lo and behold, RStudio is in my applications. At this point, I could put the shortcut on my desktop. I could leave it in applications. Or like I did here, taskbar on the bottom, I have an RStudio. Let's close all of this. And if I wanted to start RStudio, just click. First statement, download it from the internet. Do I really want to open it? In this case, yes, this is a security warning. Many times when you download something from the internet, it may not be safe. Here we are. I can now work exactly like I would have worked in R. You'll notice on the right-hand side I have some extra windows in RStudio. Let's do 3 plus 4. In general, we're going to have 4 windows with RStudio. We're going to have a script in the upper left. We're going to have the console basically down here. And we're going to have these windows on the right. This will tell me the variables I have loaded. And this will tell me different options that I have basically files in the directory, help, etc. And that's how RStudio is installed and how you start running it.